Most people believe their greatest threat is a powerful enemy. They think danger comes from aggressive competitors, loud critics, or obvious opposition. But that is rarely how power is lost. Power is not usually taken, it is surrendered. Not through confrontation, not through open conflict, but through exposure. Every time you reveal too much, every time you react emotionally, every time you make your patterns predictable, you make yourself easier to study. And the moment someone can study you, they can manage you. This is one of the most dangerous psychological truths ever understood by Niccolo Machiavelli. Power does not shift when someone attacks you. Power shifts the moment you become readable. Predictability creates control. If someone knows what hurts you, they know exactly where to press. If they know how you react under pressure, they know how to provoke you. If they understand your emotional rhythm, they can move you without force. And here's the part most people never notice. Power rarely collapses suddenly. It erodes slowly. Through oversharing, through quick reactions, through unnecessary explanations, through emotional exposure that feels honest but is strategically careless. Many people believe openness automatically creates authenticity. They believe sharing everything makes them relatable, trustworthy, strong. But the problem is not honesty. The problem is undisciplined honesty. There is a difference between being real and being readable. A difference between being authentic and being exposed. A difference between transparency and handing someone a blueprint of your weaknesses. In competitive environments, social, professional, even personal, information is leverage. And every time you publicly reveal your instability, your fears, your emotional triggers, or your unresolved struggles, you give others an advantage they did not earn. This video is not about becoming cold. It is not about becoming fake. It is not about hiding who you are. It is about psychological discipline. It is about strategic visibility, controlled disclosure, selective expression. Today, you will learn 7 subtle mistakes that quietly elevate others above you. Mistakes that feel harmless, mistakes that feel honest, mistakes that most people make without realizing they are lowering their own authority. And more importantly, you will learn how to protect your influence without becoming distant, cruel, or emotionally closed. Because real power is not silence. Real power is selective expression. Before we begin, write this affirmation in the comments. I reveal wisely. Sharing unresolved struggles publicly. There is a difference between sharing a lesson and displaying a wound. Most people don't see that difference. They believe vulnerability builds connection, and sometimes it does. But timing determines whether vulnerability builds respect or reduces authority. When you speak about a struggle you are still emotionally inside, your tone carries instability. Even if people respond with sympathy, their perception shifts. Influence is built on emotional steadiness. There is a powerful difference between saying, I went through a difficult period and here's what it taught me, and I'm struggling right now and I don't know how to handle it. The first communicates growth, the second communicates instability. Strategic individuals process privately. They communicate clarity, not confusion. Because once your emotional position is visible in real time, it becomes information, and information can become leverage. Assuming fairness is universal. One of the fastest ways to strengthen your opposition is to assume everyone shares your values. Most people project their standards onto others. They assume fairness will be reciprocated. But people operate on incentives, not ideals. When you reveal your limits too early, compromise too quickly, or trust without observation, you teach others how to manage you. Strategic individuals do not begin with trust, they begin with observation. They watch behavior under pressure, because character is not revealed during comfort, it is revealed during conflict. Expectations create emotional exposure. Observation creates control. Write this affirmation: I observe first. Reacting to subtle provocation. Not all attacks are loud. The most effective ones are quiet. A tone shift, a small joke, a dismissive look. These are tests. They are not meant to create conflict. They are meant to measure you. Reactions reveal sensitivity. Sensitivity creates leverage. If a minor comment changes your energy, they learn where you are thin-skinned. If you rush to defend yourself, they learn pressure works on you. The most powerful move is often delayed response. Calm neutrality creates uncertainty. When people cannot measure your emotional reaction, they cannot manage it. Power lives in controlled timing. I stay composed. Overexplaining your decisions. The more you explain, the weaker you appear. Excessive justification signals hidden doubt. Authority is not measured by how much you say. It is measured by how confidently you can say less. When you over-explain, you open the door to debate. Clear leaders state directions simply. They clarify once, then move forward. Brevity signals certainty. Certainty discourages resistance. I speak with certainty. Publicly labeling your weaknesses. When you define your own limitations publicly, you create a narrative, and narratives stick. Saying, I'm bad at this, becomes an identity. Saying, I'm improving at this, creates growth. Language shapes perception. Perception shapes opportunity. Never turn temporary weakness into permanent identity. Giving access too quickly. Access is influence. Who gets your time, your thoughts, your vulnerabilities determines your positioning. Fast emotional exposure feels like connection, but connection built on speed is fragile. Real trust is built on consistency. Layered access increases value. Immediate access reduces it. Depth should follow evidence, not intensity. I reveal in layers. Confusing vulnerability with integrity. Modern culture confuses emotional exposure with strength, but integrity is controlled transparency. Vulnerability without discipline creates predictability. Emotional leakage transfers power to others. The strongest individuals feel deeply, process privately, and speak intentionally. They are expressive but not reactive, open but not exposed, human but not dependent. And here is the final truth most people never understand. You do not lose influence because others are stronger. You lose influence when you become easy to read, when your reactions are automatic, when your struggles are broadcast, when your pressure points are visible. Because once someone understands your emotional pattern, they understand how to manage you. Real strength is not hiding who you are. It is controlling what you reveal, when you reveal it, and who earns access to it. When you speak less, observe more, reveal intentionally, your presence changes. And when your presence changes, the balance of power changes with it. Drop this final affirmation. I control my exposure. Like the video. Share it with someone who needs stronger boundaries. Subscribe if you are serious about mastering power, discipline, and psychological control. Because strength is built one insight at a time.